Peppa and George packed the picnic basket with Mummy Pig, bringing bread, fruit, and drinks. The family walked into the colorful flower garden with bees and butterflies flying around.
Hey!
Peppa picked a red rose. George picked a sunflower, both laughing happily. Daddy Pig lifted Peppa to reach a tall flower. Peppa raised her hand excitedly. George curiously watched a snail crawling on a leaf. The family sat on the picnic blanket, eating bread, drinking water, and enjoying the beautiful garden view. Peppa's colorful day. Today is a sunny morning, and Peppa and George are full of energy. They've decided to do something very fun, painting outdoors. Sheets of clean white paper are spread out. Paintbrushes and colors are ready to go. Peppa picks pink, and George chooses green, his favorite dinosaur color. Peppa starts drawing a big pink house with smoke coming from the chimney. George paints a roaring dinosaur, but soon a bit of paint splashes on the ground, a little on their hands, and a little on Peppa's cheek. Before long, their painting isn't just on paper anymore. It's on the table, on their clothes, and even on Daddy Pig. As the sun begins to set, Peppa and George admire their colorful masterpiece. It's not just a painting. It's a memory full of laughter and fun.
The apple harvest. Today is apple harvest day. Daddy Pig says he has a very fast way to pick apples without using a ladder. Look, Daddy Pig is shaking the tree. 1, 2... The ripe red apples are falling down. Well done, Daddy Pig. Oh, it's not just apples. A little bird fell down too. It's sitting right on top of Daddy Pig's head.
Daddy Pig is a magnet for surprises. Everyone is having a big laugh together.
Peppa Pig and the storytelling chair. It's raining outside. Peppa looks at Daddy Pig's old chair and asks, "Can the chair talk, Daddy?"
Aha!
Daddy Pig smiles. Of course! It has heard thousands of stories. George curiously touches the armrest. Suddenly, the chair shakes gently and begins, "Once upon a time." Peppa and George stare in amazement.
Yahoo!
In their imagination, Peppa and George go on adventures, riding dinosaurs, flying over rainbows. They wake up on the same chair, smiling. Daddy Pig chuckles. Told you it can tell stories. Everyone laughs happily. Little Pig and Big Pig were walking in the park when they suddenly heard a strange sound coming from behind the bushes. They both stopped and looked at each other curiously. Little Pig started to guess. Could it be a giant bear sleeping in there? And Sister Pig thought, or maybe a squirrel looking for food. The rustling from the bushes grew louder. Neither of them could figure out, what was it? Could it be a monster? And then, suddenly, Daddy Pig jumped out from the bushes, scaring Little Pig and Sister Pig out of their wits. It turned out that Daddy Pig was playing hide and seek. After a moment of panic, the whole pig family laughed out loud. It turned out that the strange thing behind the bush was a fun game that Father Pig thought up.
Peppa and the hamburger. Peppa sits on a picnic blanket with a basket beside her. Peppa opens the basket and takes out a hamburger. Peppa looks at the sandwich happily. Whoa! George stands nearby and looks at the sandwich. Peppa holds the hamburger, about to eat. Suddenly, Peppa drops the sandwich onto the blanket. Peppa looks at the hamburger in surprise. George bends down and looks at the hamburger. Peppa picks up the hamburger. Peppa gives the hamburger to George. George holds the piece and smiles. Peppa takes another hamburger from the basket for herself. Then they eat the hamburger.
2 hours later.
Peppa stands up after eating. They run around the yard and laugh. Woo-hoo-hoo!
On a sunny day, my sister and I decided to go for a walk.
Yahoo!
The two sisters put on their hats carefully before going for a walk, so the sun wouldn't shine on their heads. Suddenly, a big gust of wind blew Sister's hat away. The big sister burst into tears and cried loudly. The little brother went to get help. The giraffe agreed to help the two siblings. Surprisingly, the giraffe was a magician, so he helped the big sister get her hat back very easily. The two siblings were very happy to get their hat back. One clear morning, you and I were still fast asleep. Suddenly, a friend showed up and knocked on the door. Our close friend smiled and said, "Let's go for a walk, you two." Suddenly, a mysterious object began to leak. It turned the white rabbit pink.
Hey!
Luckily, the strange object managed to retrieve the leaking item just in time. A hot, sunny afternoon. My sister and I were talking and decided to go to the pool to beat the heat. And off they went, all excited, heading to the swimming pool. They arrived and saw their friend happily splashing in the water.
Hey! Let's go!
The little sister jumped into the pool, splashing around happily, while the big sister relaxed and sunbathed on a colorful chair. Hey! 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 Peppa Pig and the Mysterious Island. Peppa and George are playing on the sand when they find an old treasure map washed ashore. Excitement fills their hearts as they imagine the adventure ahead. Peppa opens the treasure map, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. George watches beside her, and both giggle joyfully at the idea of finding a secret treasure. They cross a pretend forest and climb little rocks, laughing as if conquering great challenges. Finally, they discover a small chest hidden under a bush. Inside is a treasure of old toys and candies, and they cheer with delight. Mummy Pig steps out, smiling as she watches Peppa and George enjoy their little treasure. Their imagination fills the house with laughter. The whole family sits around the treasure chest, sharing stories and laughing together. A magical afternoon of adventure ends in happiness.
Yippee! Huh?
Yoo-hoo! Hey!
The weather's so beautiful today.
Let's play hide and seek together.
Yahoo!
1, 2, 3.
Uh-oh. Huh?
7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh. practice walking on stilts. Peppa and George have made creative stilts using tin cans. Look how easily Peppa can walk around.
Whoa!
Daddy Pig wants to give it a try too. He says he was an expert at walking on stilts when he was a little pig. Oh dear, Daddy Pig is far too heavy for the tin cans. He's not walking, he's sinking straight into the ground. Maybe Daddy Pig needs giant steel cans. What a memorable day of walking on stilts.
Peppa and George were walking near a sparkling crystal clear lake.
Whoa!
Peppa set a paper boat out on the water, and George watched it float gently. Daddy Pig brought a small paddleboard, suggesting they could have a boat race. Peppa and George paddled lightly, laughing as their boat glided across the lake. Mommy Pig stood by the lake, taking pictures and reminding them, don't go too far. Finally, the whole family stood by the lake, admiring the sparkling water and enjoying a peaceful moment. Peppa Pig in the flower basket. The garden in front of Peppa's house, with gentle sunshine. A small basket is placed on the grass. Peppa bends down to look at the basket and smiles. George stands beside her, curiously looking into the basket. Peppa gently picks a flower nearby. Peppa places the flower into the basket. George points to another flower. Peppa and George pick a few more small flowers. The flower basket slowly fills up. Peppa sits down and admires the flower basket. George giggles. Mommy Pig stands nearby, and all three are happy together. One fine evening, Little Pig was sleeping soundly in his room. But as he closed his eyes and fell asleep, a strange dream began. The little pig opened his eyes and found himself at the bottom of the sea, surrounded by colorful fish and beautiful coral reefs. Little Pig wanders into an underwater garden where sea flowers are blooming and dancing to cheerful music. Whoa! The baby pig swims like a little fish and can even surf like a superhero. Everything under the sea is fun and colorful. After a wonderful adventure, Little Pig felt a little tired and decided to return to the real world. The water world gradually disappeared, leaving behind a feeling of relief.
Mummy Pig teaches Peppa Pig to share food. Today, Peppa had a very delicious cake. George looked at the cake and wanted to eat it too. Peppa liked the cake so much that she didn't want to share. George looked at it sadly. Mummy Pig gently explained that sharing food with family makes meals more joyful. Peppa thought for a moment, then cut the cake and gave a piece to George. George happily ate his cake. Peppa also smiled and enjoyed her piece. Woo-hoo-hoo! Sitting together on the porch, the whole family shared the cake. Peppa realized that sharing food makes everyone happier.
The Mud Castle.
Hey! Hey!
Today, the garden is wet and full of soft, squishy mud. Peppa has a wonderful idea to build a mud castle. Piece by piece, the mud pile grows taller and taller. Oh dear, mud is very slippery, and castles are not so strong. Even though the mud castle falls, the fun is still standing tall. The Dream of Two Siblings. It's a peaceful night. Peppa and George slowly drift into sleep, not knowing that a magical dream is waiting for them. In their dream, Peppa and George can fly. The bubbles lift them up high, gliding through clouds that look like cotton candy. Everything is colorful and full of joy. Here, Peppa and George aren't just siblings. They're brave explorers of the sky. Oh no! But in this dream, even a tumble turns into laughter and fun! The dream may have faded, but the love between Peppa and George shines bright, just like a rainbow in their hearts. Peppa Pig and the Rainy Day Adventure. Peppa and George put on raincoats, ready to explore the rainy day with their parents. Peppa jumped into a puddle. George followed. Daddy Pig joined in happily. Mummy Pig held an umbrella, guiding Peppa and George, raindrops sparkling on the leaves. Peppa spotted a frog hopping in a puddle. George cheered. Peppa clapped her hands. The family jumped into bigger puddles, laughing, water splashing everywhere. The family went home, wet but happy. Daddy Pig promised to make delicious hot chocolate. Peppa Pig and Tidy Up Day. Peppa and George's room. Toys are scattered all over the floor. Teddy bears, balls, and building blocks. Peppa looks around the room, a little surprised. George sits among the toys, happily playing. Mummy Pig walks in smiling. Mummy Pig hands a toy box to Peppa. Peppa picks up a teddy bear and puts it into the box. George picks up a ball, but it rolls away. Daddy Pig comes in from outside.
Aha!
Daddy Pig picks up the ball and hands it back to George. George smiles happily. Peppa Pig and the Glowing Cave. Peppa and George find a dark cave in the forest, holding flashlights. adventure, guided by glowing stones along the path. A glowing fox appears, leading them through winding tunnels. They reach a wide chamber where sparkling stalactites look like stars. They collect glowing stones while Daddy and Mummy Pig smile at their successful adventure.
Peppa Pig and the Very Low Cloud. One morning, Peppa and George notice a cloud floating lower than usual. The cloud drifts across the yard as if taking a walk. Peppa wonders if she can touch the cloud. The cloud keeps changing shape with the gentle wind. A small cloud is enough to cool the whole garden. Soon, the cloud floats back up, leaving a peaceful morning behind.
Peppa and George couldn't believe their eyes. A giant truck was parked right in their yard. This truck is not only big but full of strange things inside. Peppa is curious and wants to try them all. George tried to push the giant wheel, but he might need a bit more strength to move it. No worries. Peppa decides to drive the giant truck, but it seems it's not as easy as she thought. Sometimes all it takes is a little push on the gas pedal to start an adventure, even if it's a bit out of control. Finally, the truck stops, and Peppa and George realize one thing. Sometimes the fun starts with the most random things.
Peppa Pig and the Noisy Bucket. Peppa notices an ordinary bucket that doesn't seem ordinary today. One gentle tap, and the bucket replies with a fun sound. George taps harder, and the bucket sounds even more excited. Soon the bucket turns into an unexpected musical instrument. After the performance, the bucket needs a little rest. Peppa and George learn that sometimes fun comes from the simplest things.
Peppa and the rainbow umbrella. It's raining, and Peppa spots her rainbow umbrella. She and George run outside to play in the rain. The rain stops, revealing a bright rainbow. They make a leaf rainbow on the ground. The family smiles under the rainbow umbrella. A perfect rainy day.
Huh? Whoa!
Peppa Pig and the Space Adventure. Peppa was lying in bed. The night was dark. Her eyes closed. Peppa dreamed she was flying in space, with the moon shining brightly ahead. George appeared with Peppa. Both stepped into a sparkling flying saucer to travel into space. The flying saucer floated in space. Peppa and George saw planets around them, eager to explore. George woke up in the middle of the night, surprised by the sound of giggles. He turned to see Peppa fast asleep, smiling brightly in her dream, surely on an adventure among the stars.
Today, Peppa and George happily run outside to play. Suddenly, Daddy Pig walks over, holding a very long stick. Wow! Peppa looks at the long stick curiously. She quickly runs over and wants to hold it. Suddenly, lots of colorful bubbles float everywhere. George excitedly cheers and runs after the bubbles. Hooray! Yahoo! The shiny bubbles float all over the yard in the bright sunshine. Peppa and George chase the bubbles while laughing happily together.
Peppa Pig and the Little Paper Boat. Peppa makes a paper boat and places it in a puddle. George watches the boat drift slowly. A breeze pushes it forward, and they run after it. In their imagination, the boat becomes big and carries them along sparkling water. The wind stops, and they pick up the little boat, smiling. Peppa Pig and the Mystery Sound Box. Peppa and George discover a strange little box on the living room floor. When Peppa touches it, the box makes a cheerful boing sound.
Wow!
George taps it again, and it plays a funny ting-ting that makes them laugh. They take turns tapping the box, creating playful sounds all around the room. Daddy Pig explains it's his sound box experiment, and the whole family plays together happily.